Hey, bud. Alright, working with Mr. Cap here. Just wants to go and explore. Come on, big guy. Good boy. He's getting ready to lay down. Good boy. Come. We'll run the exercise in a little bit of a tighter heel, using a treat to help lure him, since he is definitely a little bit more distracted with everything right now. Just kind of wanting to be free and explore. So here we're going to hold on to the lead. There you go. Good boy. There we go, good. And so if you have good proper hand placement with your leash, it'll automatically get too tight when he starts to go out, and then when he catches up and moves back in, it loosens up again. So same thing here. Good boy. Right. Just not giving him too much of a chance to build momentum and get too far away from us. He's getting excited from the baby over there. Cap, this way. Yes, good boy. Wait. Yes, come. I know. Up here? Want him to still look up to us. And come. Good boy. Good. Yes, good boy. Yes, there you go. Good. Starting to get it. Very good. Good boy. Do an inside circle. Good. Stop. Good. Down. Very good. Really simple things, but if we weren't helping him with it, at least as much as we are right now, he'd be very distracted. I'll show you. All right, ready? Captain, come. Good boy. Yes, this way. Good. Up here. Yes, good recovery. Up here. Good. Good boy. Wait. Yes, good. So that time was really good because he was still distracted, but he didn't act on it, right? He still stayed. Close. Yeah, there it goes. I know, you just want to lay down too, bud. We're almost done. Good boy. Alright, one more. Come. I know, it's okay. Come on. Come on, it's okay. Good boy. Come. Not used to the leash dragging behind him. Good boy. We usually have like him on the longer lead when we do this part. Yes, wait. Captain, this way. Good. Wait. Wait. Good boy. There you go. Oh my goodness gracious. I think he's tired. There it goes. Okay. Now I'm afraid that we've missed the first part, but at least we got the part on the phone too. If the video starts here, it's because I didn't hit the button hard enough. Like I said, I'll do another actual video of the training drill for you. Good job. Good boy. So right now all I'm really thinking about is leash management. Like if he did start to pull suddenly, would he have enough leash to get to the road, right? So seeing how far away I am from it. So even if I'm not paying attention, should always generally be paying attention, but if you're distracted or something, always having that secondary like safety in mind is just something that you kind of get used to over time when you get used to manipulating the length of the leash. I like to hold it, especially in public, a little bit closer to like a heel, but not super tight. And then the option to extend it to just drop the heel leash and hold on to the end of it, so that way he gets some more space if necessary. But I want him to start kind of getting used to closer proximity walking in at least public areas. So that's why, but we want to just keep it loose as much as possible right now. He just wants to be with you anyways, so that's working out well. Good job. So whenever he does refocus on you or anything, just try to give him some pets or some acknowledgement every now and then. Okay. So now that he's starting to explore on his own, we'll drop this. Good. Then when he hits the end of it, yes, good job, good boy. And you can already start to see like how big of a difference it makes when he actually acknowledges the leash pressure. So that's why it's really, really important that like we do something and not just let him like continue on to pull. And sometimes that can be really difficult if he's super excited and he's tracking something. And that's where like the leverage of the head halter comes into play, right? And we'll be working on that a little bit too, but the goal is to like not need as much additional force. The good thing about that is he'll kind of create his own additional force. The bad thing is he's so uncomfortable with it now that he's triggering it constantly, right? Which makes it harder for him to get used to. So we want it to be like the leash. We want it to be loose most of the time, so that way when it is tight, it actually makes an impact. Whereas if it's always tight, we're just hanging it on because he's not paying attention and he's too far ahead of us. If it's always tight, then it's that becomes the norm. It's the same thing here. Good job. So he's not maintaining perfect focus, but at the same time, he's not getting too far ahead. He's doing a much better job of just checking in. And all that comes from is just rewarding him when he does on his own. So the same thing here with the little one, right? Good boy. We'll work on engagements and everything later on, but we want him to kind of see somebody, but instead of just his usual puppy impulse of just going up to them and running and jumping, we want him to see somebody and then redirect his focus back out to us. Either to sit and wait for like our permission to either release him to say hi, or preferably just have him sit and wait and then have the person come into his space. Be easier to keep him calm and under control that way, right? Whereas if he's running ahead of you and then you're like, no, down, off, and you're like trying to pull him and everything. It's always easier to have him like start calm and stay calm as opposed to trying to recover when he gets excited. Very good. Hopefully we'll run into some pups at the PetSmart, and then we'll head back. He definitely has that like German Shepherd apprehensiveness,
Yeah.
right? Of like people and pups. So very like unsure. Might be just a characteristic trait of his, but we can still do our best to socialize and kind of nudge it more towards neutral and positive as much as we can while he's still young. It just might be one of those things that, you know, you have to adjust and get used to and be like, hey guys, let's just try to ignore him for a bit, let him smell you, he'll warm up over time. Yeah. Some pups are going to be really friendly and confident off the bat. Some pups are going to just naturally need some more time. Very good. There you go. Oh, little poodle. He doesn't even see. There you go. Good boy.
And has he done that thing with you when he sees another dog, at least in my apartment, he'll sit down or lay down until they come up?
It depends on what they're doing. Usually when we're walking, he'll just get excited and want to go see them. That's good that he has that secondary behavior though. We can build on that. Alright, let's see if there's anybody inside. Be careful of anything on the ground. Lots of smells. There you go. So in those situations, right, if we took a step further away, the leash would have been tight the whole time and he would have just held tension. But if we just take a step closer to the pillar that he's like exploring and smelling, then there's no tension on the leash, right? So sometimes just moving yourself a little bit, you know, will just help with that. Oh, look at the kitties. What do you think, bud? Kitty. Oh, good job. Say hi. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, good boy. Good down. There you go. Good job. Good boy. Thank you. All right, so being really preemptive, you know, helping him out if necessary, but just being able to like gauge how excited he is, it was very like low chance, right? Whereas when he saw you, it was like he was already jumping, right? Good job. Yeah, doing so good. Oh, we missed the pup. But that's another reason why we generally will do like a warm-up drill before a social session to get some of that edge off. He doesn't need much, and then he's much better, especially on the leash in general. But just want to keep that in mind, so that way you kind of account for it time-wise. You know, before you take him out somewhere, you just give him an extra 10, 15, 20 minutes of just a little bit of practice drills, redirecting, getting him to walk around, get some of that excitement and energy out. Good job. You could also do it when you get to the location as well, because sometimes a new location, he's going to be even more excited and stuff. So it's a good idea to take a step back, you know, and practice a little bit in that new area until he starts to become more responsive again, and then go. A lot of times people will get frustrated because they want to start going right away, and then you're kind of working with him while you're trying to get somewhere. And especially with puppies, we want to just concentrate, if we need to just work with him. And then us getting somewhere is going to be like, you know, the afterthought afterwards. Good job. Very good. Good job. There you go. Good job. Oh. Oh, nah. Doesn't look like they have a class going. At least we got to meet somebody. It was a little slow. It's more distracted by his nose than the people there. Alright. Now I'll give you the leash so you can practice as we head back. So much better. A little bit less impulsive. We didn't have the same reactivity with the dog, but we didn't have as much focus onto a dog as well. At least we know it's pretty easy for him to get distracted. Usually the harder or tougher cases are the ones that they see a dog and they just stick and then start overreacting. There you go. Good, very good. Very good, there you go. So especially when you're out socializing, you kind of want him to absorb the environment and get used to things as much as possible. Very good. So I'll like kind of purposefully walk closer to things that he'll probably find interested in, like the pillars or the centerpieces there. Because the other dogs are probably marked and whatnot. And so that way you kind of also reduce that pull effect as well, because you're already moving in that same direction, so you're giving extra leash space too. Very good, good boy. Okay. Good, there you go. Go ahead and do a couple different turns around things too, so that way you can practice him following you just because you're moving somewhere different. There you go, good. So long as he's kind of in a close enough proximity and he's not too far ahead of you, he'll be able to use his peripheral. Oh, gotta go potty. Good boy.
Do you happen to have any?
This is usually the hardest thing, is when we were just going in a straight line, he's not getting any extra input from us, and he's getting all of the distractions that enter his nose and his sight from in front. And as soon as we're in the back, we're also in the back of his mind now. There you go. Keep in mind too, when we do have the head halter on or the gentle lead or anything else, the further that he gets away or the sooner that he starts to apply pressure, the more recognizable it's also going to be for him too.
So this distance, should I ideally
Good
have
boy.
closer?
Depends. Yeah.
This is his usual, where he'll start to get interested. So what should I be doing?
Trying to at least prompt him or at least reward him every time he checks back in, and then guiding him a little bit more. When you do get his attention, be like, yes, good boy, we're going this way. Or yes, slow down. Or yes, come here or heel with me, you know. So you're taking advantage of those moments that leash is giving you when it gets tight, because now he's actually recognizing it and he's redirecting back to you. So now it's going to be up to you to do something with it, and just giving him a little bit more input. I'll show you a little bit of what I would do when he starts kind of going out too far. Good boy. Good job. So naturally, if I notice that he's going somewhere in a different direction, a little farther away, I'm just going to start going in a different direction. So that way I clear that gap a little bit faster, and then he has to end up following me. So if he's going this way, I go this way. Good boy, this way. So end up, even though we're kind of still going straight, oh, sorry, getting his attention a little bit more, right? By just moving around and having him kind of refocus on us when he feels that leash pressure. And same with stopping too, right? So if we just stop, good boy. And start. Yes, good boy. Right? So there's little things that you can do while you're walking in the same direction. It's not as extreme as when we were doing the drills, but it's the same idea. So same thing here. I'm just going to keep walking forward. Good job. There you go. I'll let you try a little bit more before we head out. And you can double back a little bit and use like the pillars and stuff if you want for practice. Good, very good. There you go.
Is this where we parked?
Yep. Very good. There you go. Good. There you go. We're just trying to get him used to feeling the leash pressure and going back to just following us. It's gonna be hard, right, when we're outside with a lot more distractions. But he's doing much better. Good job. Do you have any questions or anything before we pause?